went and done it. I found me an ambulance to build, and I'm headed home in it. A little bit of a chore to get it this morning. Got there and figured out that it had a bad vacuum pump, so we had to replace the vacuum pump. But for the last 75 miles, she's been running nice and holding pretty steady on the cruise. So I'll give you guys a better look at it later. We'll catch you a little later when I get time to do a walkthrough video. In the meantime, I'm gonna drive this noisy beast on home. Good morning. We made it home last night and didn't have much daylight to look over the ambulance, but we'll flip you around here and show you what we got. Well, here it is. We got a 1994 Ford E350, and it's a little ugly right now. It's dirty, needs a whole lot of cleanup. Gonna go put some new tires on it here in a minute, and then we'll start working on the rest of it. My initial plan was to gut the back of it and start fresh, but I think we're gonna reassess that. But as we continue on around, if we look right here, these vents and these vents, they're gonna come out. I'll get panels welded back in that so that door's solid again. I don't like the way they done that. These vents and these doors are factory, so they'll stay. And if we look right there below the mirror, down on the rocker, got some rust right there. It's the same on the other side. But all in all, it's a pretty decent looking bus, and it runs good. I went to pick it up yesterday, and the guy I was buying it from told me, he said, when I pulled it out this morning, the brake was really stiff. And I said, okay, hang on a second. It was sitting there idling, running. I pulled the vacuum line off of the brake booster, stuck my thumb over it, and there was no vacuum on it. So had to go buy a vacuum pump, put on it. It took me about an hour and a half, vacuum pump on it. And good brakes, man. I wish the ambulance I drive for work had brakes as good as this one has. So anyway, all in all, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'll show you inside of it here. So pretty much just a baseline ambulance. It does have power locks and windows. Needs a whole lot of cleaning up. It's set for a while. So I got plans to keep this console, but we're going to make some changes on it, make it a little more user-friendly, and update it a whole lot. I got to do a little work on the engine idler and the voltage monitor. That needs a little work, little checking out. Carpet don't look terrible, but it's pretty noisy, pretty hot. So I'm going to take it all out and do a Dynamat install on it. So we'll continue to the back here. So this door, I can't get it to open. I gotta get in there and figure out what's going on inside there. This one going into the back, I hit the trees leaving the house. So in the back, just your baseline typical ambulance. It has been used for some other stuff, so if we look around like right there, you'll see where they've cobbled some electric stuff together. Don't know if it was the guy I bought it from or the guy before him, but nonetheless, that's how they done their electric. But this was used kind of in an industrial application, so didn't make as big a deal to them. Well, it'll make a little bigger deal to me, so I'm going to clean all that up. The street side door back there won't open, but the curbside will. I got to open that door up and find out what's going on in that linkage as well. And then as we look here, we have just the squad bench that's been altered, and they had some grinders and stuff on here, so we got some nastiness on the wall back here. Anyways, that'll all be cleaned up and be changed up. You can see my EcoFlow sitting on the floor back there. That's how I'm powering this thing up at the moment. So let's go around to the other side, and I'll show you what kind of inverter setup they've put on this. All right. This is the left rear compartment, and I'm going to reach up here and grab a rag because I want to wipe off some dirt. So we've got an Ames 5000. Oh, much bigger than I thought. So they put an Ames 5000 in there. There's 3 batteries right there. He told me those batteries aren't any good. Then if we come on forward, we got 2 more batteries down there and another Ames inverter, which appears to be another 5000. Those will probably end up for sale. All these doors need a little love. Open up here, oxygen compartment, and another storage area. They left me a shop vac. Don't know if it's any good or not, but you know, hey, we'll see. So there's you walk around of the bus. Not a terrible looking thing, but definitely needs some cleanup, a little love, and we're going to do our best to do some work to it, make it look a little better, make it a little happier. And right now we're going to go see about getting some tires on it, so get rid of these old tires. So we'll bring you along and see what we come up with. We're working hard to put some tires on. Alright, as you can see, I kind of got started tearing some of the old junk out and trying to clean it up a little bit and make it a little better. My initial layout for floor plan, whatever you want to call it, has changed quite a bit in the last 72 hours. And so I'm going to tear out some here. I'll put you guys on time lapse while I do my tear out. And then once I get all the stuff tore out, we'll discuss a little more about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Ultimately, this front right cabinet's coming out. This little cabinet right here with the 2 black vents will come out. This cabinet will come out, and the chair where I'm sitting is also going to come out. I'm going to try to leave this cabinet in place because I think it's going to make a good start, a good cabinet for what I want to do. So join me in a time lapse, and we'll stop and talk about it here a little bit as we get a little more done. Hey guys, jumping in from the future here. Realize that this old man's got a little problem with some technology, and while I do pretty good, I'm struggling with this whole time-lapse thing into video. So I'm gonna throw a couple of extra pictures in here just along the way so that you see kind of what I've been doing, and then we'll cut the video sections back in that I had intended to be between the sections of time lapse. So we'll get back to it, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got quite a bit done here. Not near what I wanted to in this amount of time, but I got a little bit done. This cabinet is giving me a little grief coming out, and I kind of like the material it's made out of. It's not plywood, and it's not plastic. It's that corrugated aluminum like you would find in aircraft. So I want to try to salvage some of this, maybe not so much that I'm salvaging it for just using the cabinet as it is, but if I can salvage the material and maybe use this piece. I think this side piece would be worth salvaging and using for some of my project. Keep me some good material in here, cut back some cost in just basic material cost. We're going to carry on and see what we come up with. I'm hoping I don't have to cut this out, but it's kind of acting like I'm going to have to cut it out. Well, if you can't tell by the time lapse, it's kind of kicking my tail. This door here, I'm about to spill my Dr. Pepper, don't want to do that. This door here that covered all that electrical mess, which is coming out by the way, pulled all the screws out of this hinge, and it's got a double face tape that was in there as well. So that was quite a chore to get out of there. I had to break that double face tape loose. I think I've got all of that loose, but I have found that there is this coin mat floor. It's sitting on a piece of like 1/4 inch plywood or something like that, and then below it is more of this corrugated aluminum stuff. You can see it when you're in the step well over there. But anyway, I think I'm gonna have to bring that whole piece of plywood and floor up to get that cabinet out. Excuse me. I know the HVAC is bolted to the top of it, and it's still got the hoses and stuff connected, but that should come out relatively easy, and I can let it hang by the hoses. I don't care, because it's coming out and it's going away. These, from working in the back of an older truck, not quite this old, but I know that these air conditioning systems, they're quirky, they're a maintenance nightmare, and you have to maintain back here, you know, especially if you're using this like a camper, like I intend to. You got to maintain, and that's not going to maintain Plus you have to run the engine to maintain. So I'm not sure if you can see it in the deal, but there is a rooftop air up here. It's an old Carrier unit. It's probably going to go away. I'm probably going to get one of the new Outquip 12 volt units and put up there. Outquip's not a sponsor. It's just one that I've seen that I've liked, and I think I'm going to give that a try. I think it's going to be a good product. Read lots of reviews, seen some good YouTube videos about how people have liked them and the positive stuff that they've had out of them. One thing I do know, I watched a video this morning on the Outquip, and the gentleman put it in an ambulance, much newer ambulance than this, nice Horton box truck, which Horton makes probably the best, in my opinion, the best ambulance boxes out there. But he bought a Horton and he put an Outquip on the roof, and he's in South Carolina. It's similar to like it is here in Oklahoma, and the humidity and the heat and stuff is kind of brutal some days. But the fact that he hasn't opened up his walls and insulated or anything, he's just running the factory insulation. I feel like his efficiency of that Outquip is down a little bit. So as I continue to pull this out, you'll notice, like up here where the Reflectite stuff is, Reflectix, whatever you call it, the silver bubble wrap stuff. Where that stuff is, I'll end up putting a standby. Not on duty, but the fire department's dropping a page and it's in my ears and it's a little obnoxious. Anyway, where the Reflectix stuff is, I'll end up putting some closed cell foam, probably the pink foam insulation board. We'll insulate all of that. It'll of course get covered back up with some sort of nice aesthetic looking wall covering, and it'll make for a lot nicer and a lot better insulated box. I haven't pulled the tops down yet. They'll be coming down before long, but what I can see up here, it doesn't look like there's anything but just the Reflectix, which doesn't surprise me for as old a truck as this is. Not griping, just that's how they built them then. I think they build them a little better now, but I'm hoping to have an R10 to R12 insulation value when I'm all done, because I want this to be, you know, an efficient ride and an efficient back. I knew that the previous owner had left the microwave in the cabinet, didn't realize that he had left the little burner plate for a propane bottle, but you know what, hey, we might put it to use. Other than that, we're moving along. I'm trying to save you know, the good stainless steel stuff. I might use it, I might not, I don't know, but I don't want to just destroy it, because I can clean it up and reuse it in some areas. The one cabinet that I pulled down from up here, it's here below the camera, and I think it's going to be a good salvageable cabinet for use somewhere, whether I use it here in the ambulance or if I take it to the barn and use it in the barn. But at this point, I'm getting kind of crowded with all the junk I'm tearing out, and I probably need to take a few minutes and clean this out and throw some pieces away. Need to come up with a plan to get this coin mat floor out over there around that cabinet, so I can get that cabinet out. Probably going to have to do the same here, so I'll probably pull the coin mat floor out of the whole thing, and then I'll come back in with probably a piece of 1/2 inch plywood, because there's a good structure underneath of it. Come back in with a 1/2 inch plywood. Probably before I do that though, I might put some either some Dynamat, something to that effect, down on top of that corrugated aluminum, and then put my 1/2 inch Did put my 1/2 inch plywood down, and probably going to go with the vinyl plank floor. Just it's easy, it looks nice, and I think that's what way I'm going to go that route. So probably going to try to leave now I might move the camera and get a little different angle and time lapse some taking trash out. But hey, you guys know what it looks like to take trash out. So I'm gonna go back to the time lapse and get back some more work done and see where we end up at the end of the day. It's I got to get my watch back to where I need to see what time it is. Looks like it's 1:30. I'm probably going to knock off about 2 o'clock today. Got a social event to go to tonight, so I don't want to be too hot and tired, and so I'll knock off about 2 o'clock and go in, get cleaned up, and go to my social event this evening. So we'll see how far we get today. We may not get any further. We may not even get trash taken out. It just depends on which way my little ADHD brain goes. So let's get. Okay, that was a nasty mess. Yeah, there's 30 years worth of dust on top of that cabinet, but it's out now. You can see up here a little bit in the camera where you can see where I pulled it out, and probably going to pull that other panel there. I don't know if I'm going to try to save it or not. It's got a lot of holes in it, so I probably won't try to save it. It'll just it'll go away. But somebody put a residential deadbolt with the bolt on the wall side and plunger or striker going through the door. I really like it. It's kind of a good idea for keeping that door locked. So I've really made a mess in here with a lot of dust now. So not a fan of the halogen light, track light thing that I pulled down. Really not a fan of these whatever these fluorescents are or whatever they are. But it's what's here. I'm going to end up going with a puck light that will flush mount in the ceiling. This tuck and roll on the ceiling, you probably can't see it in the camera, but it will go away. It will end up with the FRP on the whole ceiling, but I just gotta get a little more of this done. So slow process. Again, I'm going to jump around a little bit due to my ADHD, but we'll make it happen. See where it ends up. Well, it's 2 o'clock. I didn't get as much done as I really wanted to. Used a piece of stainless to swat a wasp and cut my fingers, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Like I said, got a social deal to go to tonight, and need to get cleaned up and not be exhausted from being out here working. I did make some good progress, I feel like, today, and it's not going to happen overnight. This truck didn't get built overnight, and it's been modified and this, that, and the other for the last 30 years. So it's going to take some time to get past everything that's been done to the point of making it mine and making it look like I want it to look. So if anybody has a source for the plates to block off these emergency lights, I think they are what's that say? Model 97 Whalen emergency lights. I don't know if that's the predecessor to the 9000 series. They look a lot like the 9000 series, but I'd like some block off plates to put up there and block off a couple of those. I'm gonna try to leave some up there for scene lights, so to speak, to light up at least the curbside. Probably going to pull everything on the street side, and I want to block those off. Want to block off some of them in the back, and there's that one right there in the middle in the front. It's going to get blocked off. The two higher ones in the front on the corners, they'll just become basically scene lights as well. I'm not quite so worried about a scene light on the left side, for lighting up the left side, because just not really any need for it. The way I'm going to boondock and camp and make this my little earthroamer. I'll be doing everything on the passenger side or curbside, and so it's not going to matter to me on this side as much. So I'm going to block all that off and just do away with those lights being there. Probably going to do some work on the back as well, blocking off lights and new tail lights and that kind of thing. That's coming. So currently the camera's attached to the back cabinet, to the sliding plexiglass door on the back cabinet, and when I start again working on this, which will probably be maybe for a little bit on Monday evening, I don't know, I'm going to have to move the camera up front somewhere and find some place to attach it up front, because this back is coming out, and that's probably going to be my my next project. Get as much of this back out before I take this coin mat floor up and get to that. Also, the antler mounts here at my feet and the side lock mount back there, everybody has problems with those. I think I'm just going to try to drill the heads off of them and do it that way. The antler mounts I can probably get with get up underneath and get a wrench on it or an impact, have somebody hold a deal in here, but that would require getting my son here to help me or somebody. We'll figure that out. I'm not in any great big rush. It's not like I'm laying flooring tomorrow. So I do need to get some cabinets out and everything, so that's how we're working that. We'll move forward and keep trying, and I just noticed that looks like this top cabinet up here might be salvageable, which is going to be a decent looking cabinet, maybe, and maybe not for here in the Amburoamer. I made a joke about getting a personalized license plate for AMBURMR for Amburoamer, kind of like an earthroamer, but it's an ambulance. So that's kind of what I'm going to call it. It's the Amburoamer. And so cabinet up here, looks like I can salvage it by taking this out and separating it, and looks like this upper cabinet's separate from the lower, and maybe we'll salvage that, and it'll go to the barn or something. I'll have some storage in the barn, keeping the barn cleaned up a little better. That back cabinet that you're attached to, on the cameras attached to now, is probably going to end up making a decent little barn cabinet too. I don't know what I'll put in all of them, but hey, I got plenty of junk in the barn to store. So I think we're done for today. Again, I will have to clean up just a little bit. This big cabinet that I pulled down on the other side, it's going to have to go out and go somewhere else, and some of these other pieces will go out and go somewhere else. So I'm not going to bore you with the cleanup side of it, but I'm going to get that done, go in and get a shower, and relax for a few minutes before time to go to my social event. So we'll catch up with you guys on the next video, and hey, it's minor progress now, but actually it's a far cry from where it was when I picked it up on Wednesday. Good luck, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.